Hello, everyone. I am Ben Pick, and thank you for joining me in Running to Write, where I normally give questionable writing advice through running metaphors. Questionable writing advice through running metaphors. Sorry if I slurred that or my voice wasn't very enunciative there. So, everyone, happy Monday. Thank you for being here. Richard, as always, you are number one. So, thank you for being. Oh, no, sorry. Eloise, awesome that you are here. Thank you. Woo woo. I appreciate that. Richard, you were number two. And let's see, Just Eva, thank you for being here. Andy, I saw you somewhere. Yep, there we go. So thank you for being to reminding people to hit that like button. Then we have Miss Blogger, so thank you for being here. And yeah, Monday night. So normally I give questionable writing advice through running metaphors, but I started off with I'm having difficulty finding the time to write because life is life. And I figure I'm going to host these productivity sprints once a month. The second Tuesday for the near future seems to work. So I might stick with that. And yeah, that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to be working on my second chapter. I worked on my first chapter for my fourth novel a month ago. I revised it since then. I did quite a few passes on it. I have something solid, a great starting point for my new novel, and something I can really work towards. Obviously, it's not perfect, and I'm sure in the next round of edits, I'm going to tear the thing apart. But for right now, I have chapter 1 down. I have my outline done. I sold my book as a vendor at Balticon because that was over Memorial Weekend. So it has been a busy month. And I set aside these times, the second Monday of every month now, to explicitly write. So I have a 30-minute timer. Be careful at the end. It gets a little bit loud. So if you have me tuned up too high, you might want to lower your volume on your computers because it will. Well, I definitely screamed when the alarm goes off. And we have one 30-minute timer and then two 20-minute timers. I think that works best for what I did last time. So I get a really productive start and then I just kind of coast for 2 more cycles and we'll see what we're doing. So I have a starting sentence for chapter 2, but other than that, I really only have vague ideas of where I want to go. And in terms of questions, let's see. So do I write in silence or with music? Write in silence, best possible way to write for me, because with music I get distracted, and even if it's just instrumental, it still doesn't necessarily help that much. Let's see here. Ooh, so Eva, looks like you're going to be working on a media kit to finish up. Awesome. Can't wait to see what book comes out of that, as well as all the media details. Lots of banter back and forth. Yep, you can sign up for my newsletter. I sent out my newsletter a week ago. I don't know if it's through MailChimp anymore. Let me see. It's whatever is in the should be whatever in the description. So let me see if I have that done right. Oh, looks like it is MailChimp. Okay, that might be a problem then. I got to update that. Yeah, I'm going to need to fix that because this one has some issues with it. So yeah, I mean, you can sign up there. It'll definitely all go to the same place, but that needs to be updated because yeah, MailChimp was acting up. So I'm going to make a note for that. I might do it during the second sprint so that way I can be fully productive. But update link in videos. Also doesn't help that I don't remember which one to use now. Cool. Yeah, so we're doing all kinds of productive stuff tonight, I guess. And let's see here. Am I a plotter or a pantser? Oh, I am a heavy plotter. Let me actually move this down just a hair. Yeah, I'm a heavy plotter. I have, I don't know, pages and pages, index cards filled. I have, I think, 100 index cards ready to go. Let me actually open up the outline. But I leave 10 blank pages for every chapter. Gets its own Word document, and I leave 10 blank spaces, 10 blank pages for me to just fill out with notes. In terms of outline, I think it's about 20 pages of useful content and then just a whole lot of empty space for me to fill in later. Writing Sisters, what's up, Lauren? Thank you for joining us in. Do I track my average word counts for sprint? I did. I was actually really good and consistent. I'm not anymore. I probably should. Yeah. If I get back into a steady writing habit, I will again. But for right now, it's very ad hoc of when I can find time to write. So I'm not. I want to see Ben scream. I don't want to see me scream. So with that underway, we are all set up. I have chapter 2 ready to go. I have my dog up on the screen. And let me, give you all a countdown, and that way we can start. So I'm at chapter 2. I have my first sentence. And so I'm going to write my chapter 2. And for those of you who want to track your word counts, post them in there whenever you're ready. Morgan, what's up? Thanks for joining. And if you don't want to write, if you want to do whatever, if you want to just sit there and watch TV, if you want to just watch me type, I guess you can do that too. I'll be hanging out in that little corner right there. So yeah, I will see you all on the other side of 30 minutes. I'm going on mute now, and good luck. Nicole, what's up? Thank you for joining in. You are just in time to start sprinting. We have 30 minutes on the clock. Let's go. Everyone, we are all done. And Richard, I appreciate the effort of hitting the like button if you think Rufus is a good boy. He has been waking up in the middle of the night. On Saturday, he woke up 6 different times to be let out in the middle of the night. So he's feeling a little bit sick. At the same time, he is also just kind of not the best puppy boy. Yeah, this morning he had to be let out in the middle of the night, and then I woke up from my run at about 6. I let him out, and he realized that he didn't actually want to be let out because he didn't have to go to the bathroom. He just, I don't know, he was acting weird. And then I kind of forced him to stay out there until he went to the bathroom. So I feel like he probably just wanted to get tucked back in because he kicked off all his covers. And then he kind of went too far and realized that since he was awake, I was awake, I was going to just send him out back. And he is, yeah. But hey, whatever. He's a good boy still. And let me get the other one up and ready. So this will be the 20-minute countdown. Cool. It's all set up now. So how are things going with writing? What's my outline process like? Okay, my outline process is pretty crazy. It is, so while I am working on, this is the 4th book in my series. So throughout the entire time, I have just ongoing notes I take of things I want to happen later on in the series. I had about 100 pages of things to do, conversations for my characters to have, interactions that I wanted to take place. And sure, a lot of it's out of date now, but because of things that I've written in the 3rd book that no longer apply to what I originally intended for the 4th book. So a lot of the pieces no longer fit. And I took that, put all that down on note cards, so that way it's easily recordable. And then I just took over. This is my basement floor, so I'm looking around here. I took over the entire basement floor. I had the the generic plot structure set up, and so I put note cards of the events that I wanted to happen. I added in the previous note cards that I had, and then I just sort of wrote single sentences about what was going to happen in the story, so that I had everything matching the 3-act plot structure. Then, so we have basic sentence of character does X, and then we have subsequent notes in there if I needed it, or justification for characters in that scene, or why the villain is acting a certain way. I had all the justification set up in there. Whew. And then I copied all that back into my computer. So I have 100 note cards of all the different events, all the different details. Copy that back into my computer, and then I split that out again so that it's broken down by chapter. So each Word document is a chapter. So yeah, my outline process is a bit of a mess, but it works for me. It kind of makes sense. And let's see here. So everybody's kind of talking. Cool. Yep. Thank you. Yeah, please subscribe to Eloise's channel. It's a lot of fun. What are we all working on? Yeah, I'm sorry. What are we all working on? I'm working on my 2nd book, my 4th book, 2nd chapter. There we go. Richard, I believe you're working on your fantasy series. Eloise, I think, is being a responsible adult and parenting, which go for it. Take all the productivity sprint time you need to do what you need to do. Super page for the first notes. Nice. Oh boy, Richard. That's gonna be fun to write. Typed up 1.3 pages. Awesome. And Morgan, good luck. So the AWC is the end of June? No, it can't be end of June. It's got to be July, right? Wow. It is the end of June. So Friday, June 28th through 30th is the virtual writing conference. That is coming up very, very soon. Whew. So how much did I write is the real question. 500 words, not too bad. It's about average for my 30-minute. From when I sit down to write 30 minutes, I usually get about 500 words. So 523, pretty good, I think. And most of that was just kind of scene setting and trying to explain what and backfilling. So some background details of previous books. And now we're going to start to get into the conflict that will arise within this chapter. So yeah, 19 days. Apparently, yeah, 19 days. 19 days. 28th. No, 18 days. Richard is the 10th. Yeah, that's a decent speed. Thank you, Richard. Yeah, I mean, you wrote 1.3 pages, so you're faster writer than I am. Yes, I am writing the first draft. It is going to take a very long time. I finished up the third book back in March, did the outlining for a couple months. Apparently, it took a month to write the first chapter, so that's not ideal, although I was distracted there finishing up the outline, deciding where I want to go, and doing vendoring for Balticon. No. I absolutely had not written a book in 18 days. 18 days is when the AWC is coming out. So the Authortube Writing Conference is going to be on June 28th. Oh, it's not shit. You were talking about, yeah, it's 18 days till the AWC. You were talking about how you were having a discussion within your elves of how they reproduce. So that's, I mean, I hope it's not shit. That's, you know, that's high quality toilet humor right there. Cool. Well, yes, I'm not presenting this year. I presented the past 2 years, 1 year. I feel like I presented 2 years, but I had something to say the first year. I had something to say the second year. Either way, when I signed up for it, I had something to say. Like I had a really good topic idea. This time around, I just mentally bankrupt. I have a different hour-long presentation that I'm going to be preparing for November. And aside from that, I mean, I have my weekly stuff, but I don't really have a topic worth discussing for a conference. So, oh well. But I have stalled for long enough, so I'm ready to get back in. Let's see if we can do another, well, not 500, so what's 2/3 of 500? Oh boy. 4/5 is 400 words, so probably 366. 2/3 times 500. Mental math is hard now. Yeah, 333. Okay. So let me try and aim for 350 words in a 20-minute span. You have ever heard of Abby Evans? No, I haven't. Who is she? Is she an author tuber or somebody who's going to be presenting at AWC, or just somebody who is really good at outlining? Because I am not there. Oh boy. Hero complex, yeah. Yep. I'm getting back to my teenage drama in the book I'm working on, where it's going to be a confrontation between a teenage girl and her mother. Although the teenage girl is kind of more mature in that she's technically working for the government and it's a whole thing. But oh, awesome. Cool. Yeah, I don't know her, but I will definitely have to check it out. So this is Abby Emmons. Ooh, content creator #1 stat. Interesting. That's super cool. So, anyways, I'm going to get back to writing chapter 2, and I'll hope for 350 words. There we go. So I'll make a demarcation where I am starting from, and then everything after this will count for the next batch. So, see y'all on the other side. Sorry, that's a 20-minute span right now. So, be productive for 20 minutes. Cool, cool, cool. I'm just going to finish up my thought, and then we are good. Um, all right, so let's see here. How much did I write? 365. Nice. It kind of got a little bit rushed at the end there. So I'm probably going to undo some of that or tune it up, but 365 is pretty good pace. So let's see. How are things? How did all your writing go? Anybody working on a project? Let's see. Wow. Okay. Oh boy. There's a lot of comments in here. Hey Jordan, thanks for joining us. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry about that. So I decided to do monthly productivity sprints, and to accommodate that, so that way I don't go well into the night and skip dinner, I'm starting an hour earlier. So the second Monday of every month, I'm going to do these productivity sprints, and they'll start off at 6 p.m., go till about 7:30. If that still works, I'll keep it up, but I like the way that it has been going so far, so I probably will. Ah, okay. So Abby does advice videos using science. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Oh, checking in with Richard. Cool. So it sounds like Abby Emerson is really helpful for improving our writing skills. You should apply some of her writing advice to your own writing. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I'll have to check out her channel. Cool. Good job finishing the scene. I am very far away from the scene, but as of right now, I have less than 1,000 words, so I get very wordy, and I'm probably going to need to do about 3,000 for that chapter. Oh boy, when is book 3 out? Yeah, so we're really anxious to see when Morgan gets book 3 out, and it looks like it is August 5th, which means that we can take some time to celebrate some of our authors. So we have Morgan, whose third book is coming out on August 5th. It's really exciting. It is the conclusion to your trilogy that begins with, let me get the name right. It's Sorry, I want to say the right name because it's the thorn seed among the thorns. And let me see here. I'm sorry. I want to use the right names. So yeah, it's in the Seedlings trilogy, and the first book is Seed Among the Thorns. So the first book is Seed Among the Thorns. The second book is Seed Among the Rocks, and the conclusion is Seed Among Good Ground. Interesting. And if you want more information on this, we have Morgan Lee's page. So it is a very dark fantasy story that includes multiple worlds and some fun magic, along with controversial topics, including basically being forced to marry other people and sacrifices along the way. I don't want to get too far into it, but it is a really great story. And I'm looking forward to the conclusion to it. I don't know Kenneth Brown. So you're talking about the newsletter that I sent out a while ago. The link might have expired, so that might be the biggest problem with that. It was only available for about a week, and I want to say that was back in May. So I don't know if there was. You signed for his newsletter. Okay, cool. No worries. Yeah, you're signed up for my newsletter. I'm fairly confident. If not, I will fix my description so that way you can know exactly where to sign up in the correct place. And speaking about other books, we also have we have Richard's book, which is coming up soon. And there's Price War. This is the first book. Well, cool. There we go. And if you are interested in a, I don't even know how to describe it. It is a suspenseful, techno thriller might be a good description. Either way, it's basically what would happen if Amazon takes over the UK and a competing company that is more mom and pop natured tries to fight back. And that is Richard's book Price War, which is the sequel to his first book, Price War. Price War, Color of Money is the sequel to Price War. And again, it's what happens if Amazon like company takes over. And the second book has enemies becoming maybe not friends, but enemies that you have to rely on in order to not die. It's the nicest way I can put it. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great read. And good evening, Adrian. Ooh. Hey, there's always a great time to do a marathon for reading. And yes, you're doing your Richard is doing an unboxing video this Friday for I want to most likely your second book, I'm guessing, if I were to assume. So be there. It'll be 5:00 Eastern Standard Time. I don't know what that comes out to anywhere else. It might be 10:00 UK time. Anyways, let's get our last writing sprint underway, and then we can all head out and, well, relax, sit in front of the TV, and enjoy ourselves because we have been productive for 70 minutes. So an hour and 10 minutes. And with that, I'm going on mute and I will see you all on the other side of 20 minutes. Hopefully, I'll get another 350, although I'm starting to draw a blank for how to progress with the scene, which means not entirely sure. Ooh, I do actually have some writing craft books, which I used to keep under here. I don't know where they are. It's the Fire and Fiction was one of the ones that I really started off with in terms of crafting. And there's a couple of other ones. There are assorted various books that I have used as resources. There is somewhere on this bookshelf a book that's the physics of superheroes, which is a fun one to do. So, anyways, I'm going to start getting back to my productivity sprint. I will see you all on the other side, and then we can close out, and I will say my goodbyes. So, see you all in 20 minutes. Awesome. Awesome. Well, that is the third productivity sprint. I finished just shy of 300 words for the third batch, for the third set. So that means I'm over 1,000, which is nice. I also have it set up. I have a couple of notes to myself for where to continue with the scene. Actually, let me just verify that because oh wow. So it looks like I wrote just over about 2 pages. I mean, there's a couple of blank spaces in there, but yep, 1,200 words minus my notes. So we are over 1,000, which is actually wonderful. And thank you for joining in with me being productive. Definitely helped along that I was motivated to be honest and to sit down and write, which are two, well, being honest part is fine, but the sitting down to write part is very, very difficult. And let's see here. Felicia, thank you for joining in. I hope you were able to be productive tonight. Oh, cool. Heather Pettit, thank you for popping in and saying hi. Wordsmith Sarah, hey, hey, hey. Just popping in and saying hi. Yes, hit the button, hit the like button, and subscribe if you haven't. Dana Gallon, believe in you. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you for being here. I believe in you as well. I got it now. Aw. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you like what I do here, like I said, the second Monday of every month, I'll be doing more productivity sprints. But between now and then, I will be doing my regular weekly advice. Next week it'll be a fun thing about villains. It's a recording that I did a while ago, and I liked it. I'm talking about the Tagore brother from one of my favorite animes, Yu Yu Hakusho. The younger Tagore brother is the main villain and arguably some of the peak of the series. That series is known for being one of the best tournament arcs in all of anime and manga, which is very, very accurate for it. Because there's so much emotion involved, and the reason why the emotions are driven so highly is because you have a villain who is fundamentally perfect. Okay, I'm going to get ready for dinner, but I just want to say really quickly that each of the villains in Yu Yu Hakusho are perfect analogs for Yusuke, so the hero is Yusuke. And it's much like how Batman's different facets are seen in the various people he fights. So Bane has the same brawn and intelligence. The Joker is an exact mirror image. Excuse me. Sorry. The Joker is an exact mirror image of, well, reverse of Batman. So while Batman is order, Joker is chaos. The Penguin is what happens if Bruce Wayne has all the money and no moral compass. So much like that, each of the villains in Yu Yu Hakusho are perfect mirrors of, or perfect reflections of twisted versions of the hero. And in that case, the younger Tagore brother is what happens if Yusuke probably would have continued on his own path and just fought for fighting's sake. So that is what you have to look forward to next week. And then I'll be coming back. I'm going to be starting off kind of we'll see where I am, but I'm going to try and start a series where I talk about what we can learn from Avatar: The Last Airbender in terms of improving our writing. And with that, I will see you all next week or next month if you just want to come here for the sprints. So thank you everyone for joining me. It was awesome writing with you and being productive and just chatting up. So I will see you all next week. Bye.